The Arizona Coyotes sweep the season series against the New Jersey Devils and win another game, 2 games in a row. I can't even believe it. Thanks so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes postgame show. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with Petey and Craig. We got Danielle behind the scenes. How's everybody feeling about that one?
I mean, good start, right? Got up to a good start and then just held the lead.
Yeah, this one for me is a little different because this one I thought, first of all, I thought they played extremely well, to Craig's point, to start. And that's one of the things this team has struggled with is the start. But what was interesting to me is it was all the players that were leading that charge that I thought was interesting. It wasn't it wasn't Keller, it wasn't Schmaltz. It was the younger guys, and I thought that was interesting. The other thing is, I'm surprised how poorly New Jersey came out and really hurt themselves with penalties and turnovers, and that's not a team that's chasing a playoff spot for me. It looked like the Coyotes were the team chasing the playoff spot. Their feet were moving. I think they're quicker to pucks. And here's one that Andre Tournier will like to hear from me. I thought they defended better. And there were a few breakdowns defensively, but they were saved either by Vejmelka or the post. So I thought this was better defending. This was one of the better all-around 60-minute games this team has played in a while.
Andre asked me, what do I need to do to make Petey happy? So I told him, defend better, buddy.
Defend better.
Defend better. That's it.
Yeah,
and he said, and I took that personally. And he really
and no too many men penalties.
Too many men penalties, no blown leads. And in fact, not too many penalties at all. I think that, that's an improvement for this team as well. So holding on to the lead, defending better. And I think the common denominator of all of the Coyotes wins this season has been good goaltending as well. And that's, when the goalies are good, it gives the team a chance to win. And there's obviously been some nights where the goalies are good and the team still doesn't do what they need to do. But when those two things go well together, it's almost a perfect recipe for a win for the Coyotes.
I got a street racer here, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard.
Oh my God, it's like from my old house.
Yeah, we missed those. Those are those old things we should pull up from the archives, but that's way too much work. But yeah, you're right, Leah. And it's funny, Vejmelka, he just looked solid today. And there were a few that got by him and hit the post. I'll admit that. But he made some really good athletic saves throughout this game because this Jersey team, especially in the second period, they put the hammer down. I thought the Jersey came out just swinging in the second. I thought some of their better players looked very good. Both Hughes brothers looked good. Hischier looked good. Timo Meier got to the net hard in the second period, but they were able to sustain the wave and get through that really big push to start the second.
What's going on in the Eastern Conference, by the way? Does anyone want those last playoff spots?
It's crazy, man, how bad those teams. Pittsburgh was awful today. I mean, they lost. I guess they're playing Quick and the Rangers. They weren't playing Shesterkin and the Rangers, but Pittsburgh doesn't want it. Jersey doesn't want it. That last spot's up for grabs.
Detroit finally won, and the Islanders, who had gotten hot and climbed into a playoff spot, were like, yeah, we're not going to win anymore because we're in a playoff spot.
Yeah, and then Buffalo in this race too? Or were they not?
Close, and then they lost a key game at home.
Yeah, to Detroit.
Right, no,
it's crazy, and I think this is going to be that's the way the Eastern Conference is going to look, because if you're the New Jersey Devils coming into Mullet Arena, I don't know, and I've heard that it doesn't feel like a regular game of BS. The New Jersey Devils have no excuse. They have no excuse. They've played in this building before. Most of those guys played here a year ago. You have to come into this game and you have to have a better effort than that. You have to you have to start when the puck drops and you got to give it to this team and you can't let up. And it's surprising how quickly the tables turned and Arizona looked good and jumped out to an early lead. That first goal by Moser, really good pass by Jersey, but the unsung hero, and I'm going to throw him a lot of flowers now because we're going to talk about him later, was Nick Bjugstad. His ability to get to the net and screen the goaltender, and I thought Moser's shot does not go in if not for the great play by Nick Bjugstad.
Hopefully Bugie's okay. Sounds like it was questionable to return, but I guess we'll get more of an update because we thought Barrett Hayton was going to be day to day, and then suddenly he was not. So
the good news is the Coyotes don't play till Wednesday, so they're going to have a few days off between.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's a home game, right?
No, Craig. No. It's actually away. Yeah.
Oh, they going down the road again?
For one matinee. That's right.
Oy, oy, oy. Anywho, all right, let's take a look at the numbers presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union, named by Forbes. Shots on goal, 38 for the Devils, 32 for the Coyotes. Coyotes were 1 for 2 on the power play, 50%. Devils 0 for 2. Hits, Devils had 25, the Coyotes had 11. And shot attempts, the Devils had 77, and the Coyotes had 56.
And one of the things there on that is it comes down to block shots. And when you look at the block shots by the Arizona Coyotes, they blocked 23 shots. That's outstanding. And I know those missed shots, like the ones off the post, will ring up as a missed shot as well. But I thought the Coyotes played more desperate. And that's what's so funny to me. Like, where was that from the New Jersey Devils? So they were blocking shots. They were laying down, sacrificing the body. I thought they offensively were better than they've been. This was a really good push. And as the numbers showed, they got a power play goal again. And this is the team, when they score on the power play, they're all right. And they've also been having a hard time of keeping teams off of the power play, the goal march. And this is the first time in 4 games where they were able to kill all the penalties off and come through clean.
Petey, I got to ask, you promised me that there were a lot of losses coming up on this schedule. And listen, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here because I've got a lot of beer in my house and I can smell food cooking for tomorrow's party. So it's hard to be in a bad mood. But, once again,
Ottawa won today.
But so here they go in March. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I swear to God, March is like the month for them.
Is that the lion and the lamb and all that? Isn't that this month? Like, what are they doing? The truth is, I know, and someone in the chat just said it a little bit ago, that it's a conundrum. Like, you get happy when they looked good and you want to root for them. Then you look at the standings after and you go, oh wait, we have a better chance of Macklin Celebrini. It's so hard. And it's funny because the funny thing to me, again, I said it, is these teams that are battling for a playoff spot at this time of year cannot play like that. Like, you expect the Coyotes to be competitive against Chicago and San Jose and Anaheim, and the games that really don't mean much. Somebody's going to get a good break and somebody's got to win. But these games where they're playing the playoff teams, and not just playoff teams fighting for a spot. They play Dallas next. Dallas isn't fighting for a spot. Dallas is in. Dallas looks really good right now, and they're rolling. So who knows? Are the Coyotes going to do it again and win 3 in a row? I don't know. That's a tough building for this team. Has been for over a decade. Winning games in Dallas is always tough. But then they come home to Seattle. And just what I said about New Jersey, Seattle's fighting for a playoff spot. So you'd expect that to be, Seattle's going to roll. Maybe not.
Leah, are we going to do the tankathon thing again?
Like, are you asking if we're going to do it today? Or are you asking, like, are we ever going to do it again because they keep winning?
Manifesting Macklin Celebrini, because I was talking to Chris Peters and I was saying, okay, I know it's early, but Macklin Celebrini versus James Higgins, who's, maybe the top center in the 2025 draft. He's at the top of mock drafts and he's like Celebrini by a mile. Higgins may not even be the best player in that draft. He may not go #1 overall. It's a little early. So I was like, so you're telling me that the Coyotes need to win the lottery this year because we're deciding which year we should win.
Oh, so this is the year.
Yeah, this would be the year, apparently.
Okay.
I think we need to continue to not talk about it. So we are surprised.
Never mind.
By the way, this was an older comment, but I have to read it. Caleb, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Bugie and the Pete. I know I could have sung it, but I didn't.
That's beautiful, so Caleb. That's beautiful.
That's unreal.
I'm pretty sure Caleb's going to the takeover. I expect that put to lyrics and put to song. Yes. By the time they played Dallas and we're sitting at 4 Peaks over a beer.
By the way, and the one thing is, just to counter Craig's negativity, it's nice for this team to get a win at home. It's nice for us because we get to see the Mullet Magician. So everybody, you got to hit the like button, though, because he is camera shy. He's nervous. He's a little rusty. So hit the like button. Let's get these likes up before we get our appearance from the Mullet Magician.
But did you hear, Leah? And not to give away too much, but our producer, the magic behind the Mac, Abrica Danielle, I saw this. I haven't seen the new trick today. I'm not sure what he's been working on, but her quote was, it's actually pretty good. So I'm very excited to see what is coming ahead today, because I honestly do not know. I haven't seen him practice, but he had plenty of time.
Have you guys heard this rumor, by the way? I haven't been able to substantiate it yet, that the magician has been passing out resumes in Vegas.
It is 100% true. I can confirm he has been. Yep.
Wow.
Beep, beep.
Wow.
This is scary for everybody here at PHNX. There's a lot of concern.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Who knows what comes next for the magician?
I know.
We'll keep everybody. It's like when we get to free agency.
Yeah, seriously, it's very similar.
He's a pending UFA, so who knows what's going to happen.
Can PHNX hold on to him?
Oh boy. All right. Well, I already gave some flowers to Karel Vejmelka in this one, but I just want to make sure that he gets the recognition he deserves. And for that reason, Veggie has that desert dog in him. 37 saves on 38 shots on goal for a 974 save percentage. Once again, Veggie's been good lately. And I kind of like, in a way, that it seems that the Coyotes have gone back to this rotating goalie situation.
Yeah, you might as well, because I mean,
exactly.
It's not like Connor Ingram's on that heater he was on earlier anyway. So that, Ingy's had some good performances and then some not so great performances. He's been a little inconsistent lately. So you might as well ride it out the rest of the season. Let them both play.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the more Veggie plays, it seems to be the more confident he's getting in his game, which bodes well if he's a part of this tandem going into next season. You want to see him leave off this season on a good note, because I don't think he started on one. So this is good. It's exciting to see them go back and forth, and hopefully they both finish strong, because as of right now, they're both scheduled to be coming back.
Yes. Well, we mentioned Dallas. That's a road game this Wednesday, but next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, the Coyotes play Dallas at home, and we will be there in person because it's our PHNX Coyotes takeover Sunday, March 24th. The game's at 5 p.m. We're having a pregame party at the Four Peaks H3 Pub. Craig, you were there earlier today, were you not?
I was indeed. I picked up a little bit of beer.
A little bit?
I have a quiz for you guys. How many cases of beer can you fit in 3 coolers?
9?
No. Well, I guess I should have given you the size of the cooler, so it's really a question.
Yeah,
I mean, these are significant size coolers. I mean, they're not massive, but
and how many
of beer?
5 cases of beer?
5 cases of beer from Four Peaks. We have a variety of things to
Kit lifter. Do you have Kit lifter?
We have we have an IPA for
somebody who drinks that.
Our department who actually drink IPA, and we have some golden lager as well. So shout out to Cliff and Aileen for all the help getting the beer. I mean, they also, let's be honest, they also supplied Gerald Bourguet's wedding. So it was really a Four Peaks weekend it's going to be a Four Peaks weekend for PHNX.
And it's going to be a Four Peaks weekend next weekend too.
Yes, it is. You might as well just make every weekend a Four Peaks weekend. I know
every weekend. That's the new Logan.
Four Peaks, but I got to shout them out because Cliff hooked us up today.
That's the new slogan. Make every weekend a Four Peaks weekend.
I like it.
I love that. Well, we look forward to seeing everyone next Sunday. There's still tickets available to the pregame party.
Even
you want to see everybody there. 20% off if you're a diehard as well. By the way, my mom I've been talking about this. She just got her floors done, and they're officially done. So she was sending me photos yesterday. It looks amazing. She wants me to come by and see it. I cannot wait. It completely transformed her whole house, and that's all thanks to Empire Today. They did such a great job. They were extremely thorough, extremely professional, and they just made the whole process easy, which, it's not easy to kind of have your life thrown upside down like that. She had to move out of her house for a few days to get it done, but now it's so worth it. Her home looks completely transformed, and it's probably increased the value of her house as well. So Empire Today, they make it super simple to shop. You don't have to go to the big box store. You can shop right there at home. And right now, you can schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 off discount when they use the promo code PHNX. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/PHNX for details.
And we've talked about it a lot, but it's time to play the Arizona Lottery and their new game, Arizona Adventure. And there's 3 ways to play and win and scratch the Arizona Adventure Lottery tickets featuring 3 iconic landscapes. That's the first way. Second, check in at geolocated adventures in 10 destinations. Don't have to do anything. Don't have to buy anything. Download the app, register, sign in, and geolocation will say, hey, you're here. and then you click yes, I'm here, and then you're registered to win all kinds of great prizes. And the third way is enter your tickets online for a chance to win up to $1 million in cash and Arizona travel prizes. Arizona Lottery is not just about playing games and winning prizes. It is also about giving back to the state and its communities. Visit azadventure.com for more information on how you can take an adventure for a chance to win $1 million in cash and Arizona travel prizes.
I just checked in on the likes. I would like to get to 50 for the Magician to make an appearance. I'm seeing 37, so hit the like button, everyone.
We're getting there. And the truth is that there's a lot of basketball going on today, but you should be taking basketball breaks to watch the hockey and the Magician, I think.
Absolutely. All right. Well, there's a lot we still haven't talked about, and let's start with Clayton Keller because he recorded his 400th career point today and joined Shane Doan as the only other skater in Coyotes team history to record at least 400 career points in Arizona. He was also the fastest to reach 400 in Coyotes team history and the fourth fastest in franchise history. So really good for Clayton Keller. Really cool to see that milestone and that achievement. And I feel like I can't believe how long he's already been in the league, of course, getting that 400th point on the assist on Dylan Guenther's goal. And then, for good measure, got .401 with his empty net goal for his 27th of the season.
Clayton Keller is still a young man, and for him to be in Shane Doan's company and Shane Doan's company alone is pretty impressive. It's a little knock on the franchise, let's be honest, that there are only a couple guys that have reached this, but it's definitely not a knock on Clayton Keller, what he's achieved already. He's been a productive player. And as Shane Doan will tell you, he only got the points he got because he played twice as long as everybody else. That was literally a direct quote from him at some point when I asked him about it. Good for Clayton Keller, right? I mean, I don't think he's going to get what he got last season, but you want to see progress isn't always linear. You want this guy to be a point per game player. He needs to be a point per game player for this team. So nice little milestone for Clayton Keller.
Yeah, but 400 points in 500 games, it's 401 and 506. But like, and like you said, Craig's 25. He's 25 years old. Like we keep thinking, I keep thinking, not we, it's 28, 29. No, he's 25. He's been around for so darn long that you just think he's older than he is. We've said this before, when he buckles down and he gets a little bit of grit to his game, he's an exceptional player. Yeah. And the offensive side is there. We've said he's a 200-foot player. We just want to see that digging in, and it's hard to dig in when you're way out of a playoff spot year after year after year after year. So I think that's why we saw some of those moments where he was really digging in, is because he had a chance.
You remember the quote that Chris Peters gave us about Logan Cooley when he's at his best?
Yes.
A little bit of FU in his game. Clayton Keller's the same. I remember a quote from him a few years ago when people were doubting him, and he said, I hear it all, and eventually I'm just going to shove it up there. That's what he needs to do. He needs to play like that. He played like that last season. I don't think we've seen that consistently this season, but there's been a lot going on with this franchise this season. Yeah. So I'm not going to say that's all on Clayton Keller. I know you're supposed to perform regardless, but that's a nice ideal. It doesn't always happen.
But congrats to him. Good for him. So he's second behind Shane Doan.
Yep.
Absolutely. Good for Keller. And you mentioned Cooley. We have a super chat from our friend Altex who said, some of the PHNX fam may want me sacrificed for saying this, but after today's Cooley goal, I'm starting to take more of a liking to him. Is that bad? And for those who don't know, it's because every player Altex likes, something bad happens.
They get traded or picked up on waivers or they're gone.
But Altex, that would be very against your brand because normally you like a little bit more of the obscure player. I think Cooley is going to be a core piece of this team for a long time. And that brings us into our next discussion because the goals in this game, JJ Moser, Dylan Guenther, Logan Cooley, it really felt like a glimpse of the future, a glimpse into what this team could look like down the road. It's something we're going to see. We don't know which other guys on the perimeter are going to be part of this team going forward, at least in the years to come. Even, Nick Schmaltz, Clayton Keller, who both had multi-point games tonight. But those three, that's a sign of the core of this group going forward.
Yeah, it really is. And we've talked a little bit about it, but Guenther, Cooley, man, let's just run with this. Let's just see what this thing can do because they are fun to watch together. And they have so much speed, right? They can get up the ice and they can put so much pressure on you simply with the speed, but they also both have a hell of a lot of skill as well. I wanted to ask you this, Petey. What's the best fit with these two guys on a line? Assuming that Logan Cooley is going to play center at some point, what's the best fit for them? I don't know if do they need a space clearer? Do they need a guy that can keep up with him? What's your thought on what the best mix is here?
It's a hard guy. It's hard. It's a hard fit to find the guy that fits right with them, and I'm not sure they have him on this team right now. And when you look at the guy, Bjugstad's getting an opportunity to play there. Krause has had an opportunity to play there. I think this is a hard thing to find. But you got a guy that can get to the puck, but has a little bit of pace. I think like a Jake DeBrusk, some guy that's a little more gritty. Brian Rust that you see in Pittsburgh, somebody with a little bit of grit that can get to the net, but can still play with pace, and not necessarily those guys you think of as offensive superstars, but guys that get to the net hard, but can still skate. And I don't know if they've got that guy on this roster right now. Krause is probably the closest thing to it, but we've seen that Krause hasn't been the exact perfect fit, like the Cinderella slipper for this line. I don't think the guy that's going to fit in this line for a long term is here in this organization yet.
Do you mean like on the current roster or in
Correct.
the system?
On the current
people
roster.
in the chat are saying maybe Connor Geekie could be that. Maybe Daniil Boot could be that.
Yeah, and Daniil Boot, I don't know well enough to know his game. I mean, you talk about his size and his speed is definitely there. I know we have to ask our chat because they see him more than I do. Connor Geekie is interesting though, because he does have a little bit of the bite. I'm just not sure if that's where they want him to slot in, or if they're going to end up with him in the middle of a third line role and not have him with those young guys.
Yeah. Boots, an interesting thought. Wow, he's a guy who does move pretty well, and he's 7'3" now, I think.
I just he
grows every time,
literally every report. But I will say this about both of those two young forwards in Cooley and Guenther, and you look at the goals that they had today, and it continues to impress me the release of Dylan Guenther's shot. That shot today, I think it's surprising goaltenders in this league right now, and maybe it won't continue to do that as he plays more. But that release for a guy of his size and stature, I think it just catches these goalies off guard. Like that release was amazing. If you get a chance to see the replay of that, see how quickly his wrists turn and how quickly he gets that up in the air. That's an unbelievable release, like exceptional release. And we've talked about comparing him to Matthews and his release before, and I don't think that's a slight. I think Guenther's release is exceptional. You saw what Cooley did on his. He's slapping his stick. He wants the puck from like Krause is in front of the net all alone, and he's like, "No, buddy, give it to me. I'll show you how to put this away. Like I'll score." And so both those two guys got that little bit of like, hey, I can shoot to score here. They don't have that Michelli problem where I have to pass all the time. They're not afraid to shoot.
Petey, do you think when you watch his game, and this is something that Corey Proman said in his profile of Dylan Guenther way back, do you think he's a top line forward? Does he track? Does he have that potential?
The one thing I worry about with Dylan Guenther, his shot again is exceptional. His ability to score is exceptional. The only thing now in this league is if to play those top line minutes, you have to have pace. And sometimes I worry about his pace. Although in these last few weeks playing with with Logan Cooley, you've seen him with the ability to keep up with Logan Cooley. And so maybe he can fit that role. The only other thing, Craig, I think that he needs to do, if he can continue at that pace to show that he can keep up with a player like Logan Cooley, who clearly plays quick, is I still believe he's got to get stronger. And I think he's got to be a stronger player, because what's going to happen is as he matures and elevates his game, eventually Clayton Keller's not going to be here through this rebuild. And there's going to only one line to keep attention to. I mean, not one line, but that's the line that's going to take all the attention. If it's Guenther and Cooley on the same line, they're going to draw the best checking lines from all their opponents. He's got to be able to dig pucks out of the corner. He's got to be able to push guys off the puck. So I hope that comes as he develops.
And I think he's gotten a lot better at that. And Andre likes a lot of his details away from the puck. But the matchup thing is something that I don't think people think about enough when they watch what Cooley and Guenther are doing. Well, who are they doing it against? And if suddenly they become the focal point on the Coyotes, right, yeah, they're not going to be able to do as much. That's really important to remember. Right now, the focus is on Clayton Keller's line. That's where you're going to draw your top matchups. So I agree with you completely on that. I also wonder, like, when we were talking about what the fit is on this line, who's got the defensive responsibilities down low in the defensive zone? Like,
yeah. And they're not there yet. And both of those guys have a long way to go defensively. And I think one of the concerns they had with Cooley as a centerman is that's why they put him with veteran players. They had him with Zucker and they had him with Kerfoot a lot early, because they wanted those veteran guys to help him defend in his own zone. Now he's got a little more of the defensive that he's got to take on himself. But I want to answer blatantly is saying, is Keller leaving? no, Clayton Keller's not leaving. I was talking about in the future when Keller has, later in his career, when now you're expecting Cooley and Guenther to take over the role of the top line players on this team, either with Keller being older in his early 30s or he's moved on to the future. I don't know, but I'm just saying when those guys take over the top line, there is no plan on Clayton Keller leaving this team.
It is funny because they all seem so young, but there's like a full 6 to 7 year age gap between Guenther and Cooley and Clayton Keller, which is just unbelievable to think about. And I also feel like, well, first of all, Craig, it's a really good point in terms of their defensive responsibilities. But I feel like I have to say this every show. Since Dylan Guenther's gotten here, Logan Cooley has really blossomed. And just the two of them together has just been magic, if I do say so myself. But it's unbelievable. Like it's truly unbelievable to see. And like, especially Logan Cooley, I feel like he, because Guenther's been here for a short time and he's really, I think exceeded expectations in that time. But Cooley from game 1 to this game today, game 68, I think we've seen a growth line go up and up and up.
What if they had drafted Matty Nyes instead of Ilya Fedotov?
Who? Ilya who?
Who?
Can you imagine Matty Nyes on the wing with Logan Cooley and Dylan Guenther right now? He's like, what did we just describe?
Because I watched it, yeah.
What did we just say? A big body guy that can dig pucks out of the corner and can skate with pace. Could that be Matty Nyes? Jesus Christ, you just ruined my
Maddie,
night.
Come home. But not the Maddie you're thinking of, not that
Ilya Fedotov? Who? No, but you're right, Cooley, part of that with Cooley, it's his confidence. And he's playing with confidence now. Like you said, he demands the puck now. And you see him he drives the net. And I thought there should have been a holding penalty when he drives the net there. And he gave an earful to the referee, and he's got that little bit of FU.
It's the FU.
Exactly what it is.
And by the way, we have to give Lawson Krause credit on that play on the Cooley goal, because that was a great takeaway, and that whole play doesn't happen if not for Lawson Krause.
Gift. That was a gift. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you were saying, Petey, like the mistakes that New Jersey made in that first period. Wow. This team is chasing a playoff spot. Really? Wow.
Yeah, how about their goaltenders? That Kapokakinen I don't know if that's his third start, but that was not good enough.
Dawes going out to the blue line to play the puck.
Fire, electric.
I love it. It's so chaotic. Just as long as it's not my goalie doing it, it's fine.
They said Billy Smith vibes, but I think it was Marty Turco vibes. It's even Marc-Andre Fleury would probably make that run out to the blind. That's good stuff.
Did you do that, Petey?
Buddy, I did it in one of my very few college games that I ever played. I did it against Providence, the Providence Friars, and I was at a home game in Grand Forks, and it was all of a sudden I'm out above the top of the circle, and I go, what in the hell am I doing? Well, I play once every 30 games. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm going to get my money's worth out here.
Oh my goodness.
Wiley's ready to go.
I know, I can hear
Wiley
him.
wants the magician.
Well, the chat wants the magician too. We did hit 50 likes.
There it is.
So I think a promise is a promise. Without further ado, let's see what the magician has in store.
The Coyotes win at home. Time for more magic. We take the wine glass, the empty wine glass. We take the magic cape and we say the magic words. Abra Coyotes! Ho ho! And there's a card, a playing card. It's a magic. It's a ball. It's magic.
Wow.
My favorite part is the cape to smoke. That effect is.
It's not an effect, Craig. That's
real. You haven't been in there when he films those. That's it's real. I think maybe he set up the fire trucks that one. Leah, I'm not gonna lie, that was good. That was good.
Danielle, like I see what Danielle was saying. That was a good one.
It's better.
I think he's improving. He's
this is why he's around resumes in Vegas.
Yeah, the practice is doing him
all that downtime. Yeah, he had to work on his craft.
Look, the chat, Cosmic Coyote. Whoa, that one actually got me. I love it. Backhanded compliment. I love it. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was great stuff from the magician. And you can put some magic together on the BetMGM Sportsbook app. Petey, you were so close to winning a parlay today.
I had a $5 makes 144. The only thing I missed today was a Jack Hughes goal. That was it. I missed one thing on the parlay, $5 into $144. But Iowa State was winning last I looked, and I hit a parlay for the Rangers game. And as everyone knows, if you lose one, you just got to bet more. And it's been a good day for me at the BetMGM Sportsbook.
Yes, absolutely. And this is the peak time of year, especially with March Madness. Well, all the conference tournaments this weekend. March Madness is coming up. We have the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, MLB. It's all around the corner. And we have a great promotion for you over at BetMGM, a new one. If you sign up for BetMGM, use the bonus code PHNX, place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app for at least $10. You'll receive, and this is true, $1,500 in bonus bets.
What?
If that loses. Check out the show notes for full details. And now listen to the man who's back, Shane, talk about the disclaimer.
Bonus bets expire in 7 days. One new customer offer only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
And do you need a break? Well, at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. Take a staycation, get away without leaving town, relaxing pools, restaurants, bars, live shows. Disconnect from real life at Gila River Resorts and Casinos with an unprecedented level of entertainment and excitement that you won't find anywhere else in the desert. Head to Gila River Resorts and Casinos and let them show you what next level is all about. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the Coyotes' upcoming schedule to make Craig more upset about the craziness coming up. I love it. What is that on the schedule there?
The schedule.
Craig's St. Patty's party. Let's go. That's tomorrow. We'll talk more about this crazy weekend in a second. Then it's a couple of days off here for the Coyotes, hopefully, before they hit the road to Dallas, and then return for the Kraken, and then that kicks off a 7-game homestand. So crazy stuff coming up. But that's what we have on the Coyotes game schedule. Craig, what else is on the schedule going forward, non-game related?
Oh, you mean the arena? Wait, do we have the effect?
I don't think we have it here, but there you go.
Yeah, just a minor update. You know, I had told people that I thought the auction was going to be publicly posted early in the week. It looks like midweek is now the date that's being targeted. Nothing to be concerned about, just procedural. So I think we'll have something around midweek, and of course, we'll talk about it. We'll write about it. We'll give you more than you want on the arena, which is probably where you are.
More than we want to talk about.
Yeah, more than we want for sure.
About 7 years ago. So
it has rained for 2 straight days up here, though. Is there any fear of floods?
Maybe.
There's no fear of floods.
No. Your house isn't floating away.
Well, there was a little puddle. There was a little puddle on the sidewalk today, but no floods.
But Mayo,
I don't think it would halt.
Mayo underwater.
Mayo is not. There is no emergency.
Evac.
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure with everybody with electric cars, though, Craig. Just saying. Like you. I don't know. Do they work in the rain? I don't know.
They do.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Making sure.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, we have had quite the weekend so far, and it's barely even started. First of all, we want to say a huge congratulations to Gerald and I guess Amy Bourget on their beautiful wedding.
I guess Amy?
Well, no, I guess she's now Amy Bourget. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
No, Amy stole the show. She looked amazing.
You know where Amy's from? She's from
Minnesota.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you should have been there. You could have met her entire Minnesota family.
Minnesota. Oh, yeah, I could have.
There were a lot of Minnesotans there last night.
I could have thrown that out then, yeah.
Yeah, you were in the element.
Sorry, I missed it.
It was a beautiful wedding, beautiful vows. Congrats to the Bourgets. Just a great time. PHNX came through on the dance floor.
Yeah, what was the count?
14 PHNX employees.
Wow.
Good.
Did you dance, Craig? Did you dance?
Hell no, I didn't dance.
I went up to Craig at one point and said, "Why aren't you dancing?" And then Saul was like, "I'm not dancing to Britney Spears."
Who is the best? And I saw the list of 14 that were there. Who is the dancer of that group?
I'm gonna throw shade at the entire group and say no one.
No one.
I thought Damon was pretty good.
Damon, dog. Flex is not the guy.
Did Espo dance, Paul? Yes, he did.
Yes, I actually saw video evidence of Espo dancing. So it was Derek. Does Derek throw it down pretty
Paul,
good?
Okay, I'm gonna. I'll send some videos in the Discord after our show. Diehards only. There you go.
Diehards only. They threw it in a circle. Yeah, but congratulations to Gerald. Congratulations to Gerald.
Yeah, the setting was just so beautiful. We were staring at the superstitions. It was beautiful. Literally, wall of glass staring at the superstitions. It was
the pictures I saw were beautiful. It was really nice. So congratulations to Gerald and Amy. First day of the rest of your lives. Yeah. There you go. Does it, Leah, as a single gal, does that get you inspired for what you're going to do for your wedding?
Single.
Well, I mean, you're not married, are you?
No.
I missed. But does that get you inspired for a wedding? And like, I know little girls dream of that fairy tale wedding. Does that get you? Does that give it a little wedding vibes?
I mean, it doesn't make me want to get married tomorrow, but it's fun.
Because I just shouting out kind of your television preferences. I don't think Love Island UK quite gives out that wedding vibe that most of us are looking for. And
I would argue the back does.
Going on here? What is happening on this show right now?
I don't know.
This is not the most off the rails discussion we've ever had.
No, and they won. It was a great. We're all happy.
The pressure on Leah here, though, Petey, to get married, and really the pressure should be on you know who.
No, there's no pressure. It literally has nothing to do with that. It literally
should bend the knee.
It literally has nothing to do with that. I just want to know, because as a guy, when I used to go to weddings, it didn't make me go, oh gosh, I'm thinking about weddings. I was just thinking about getting really drunk. That's all I thought about. Can I get drunk and dance? Was totally my mission. It was not about, oh, how beautiful. Look at the flowers. Isn't that nice? It wasn't me. So I just wondered if Leah got some inspiration. That's all.
All right, moving on. We have Craig's St. Patty's Day party tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. And the best part about all these events this weekend is Saul gave us a day off on Monday, like a mandatory company holiday.
It's a true thing.
That is, I'm honored by that, actually. The fact that Saul has declared Monday a company holiday the day after my St. Patty's Day party. And I shouldn't say my St. Patty's Day, because you guys, I mean,
yeah,
who's working the magic.
You just opened the door.
Doing the grunt work.
Yeah, she's been working on this for weeks. Yeah. And herein lies the question. Because as we know, we've literally been talking about this party for almost a year, because we started talking about it the day after the last party. So with all of the discussion and plans and invitations, does it raise the bar a little bit higher? Does it put some pressure on the Morgan family to really, like, to take it up a notch? Like, is there too much pressure? And sometimes when there's that much pressure, people fail.
Wow. Petey is coming out swinging today.
Danielle, can you clip that? I'm just going to send that segment.
Don't send that to Tara. Do not send that to your wife. Please don't. Please. No, I just feel that there's a lot of pressure. Like, we've been building this up as a trio for a very long time, and the day has come. What's the weather forecast for tomorrow?
It's gonna be beautiful, actually.
Oh, is it? So the sprinkly rain thing that we.
I assume you're bringing your guitar again.
I don't know. I haven't played in a long time, so we'll see.
Bring it.
You gotta bring the guitar.
We'll see.
And on the menu, I should tell people, bangers and mash and stew, and the brown bread is so good.
So what is brown bread? What is there? Is that a thing?
Let's find out, buddy.
Okay.
Blatantly said corned beef and hash, smash or trash.
Well, we had corned beef sliders last year, and people really liked them, but Tara decided she wanted to shake things up and make a stew this year instead. And I've tried the stew, and the stew's really good.
Oh.
So it's been stewing.
So we get leftovers then.
Yeah, it's basically everything we had left in the fridge. We threw it in the stew.
I'm just kidding.
We honestly didn't really care.
I'm excited. I'm actually going to attend this one, so I'm kind of excited. So here we go. What time do we have to leave? The party starts at 6:01.
Yeah, Petey said over here at 6:01.
So we need to leave at 3 p.m.
I know. Tara said she will not let it.
Petey are going to be parked in their car down the street at like 5:45, and then waiting to go into the driveway at 6:01.
No. We're parking in the driveway, because last year we didn't, and we're like, oh gosh, you can't park in somebody's driveway at their party. You can. It's kind of like a forbidden rule.
What?
But yes, I'm first one there. I'm in the driveway.
About that rule? Why doesn't anybody park in the driveway?
No, it's true though.
You know what's going to happen with the host? They're not going anywhere.
You're not leaving. You're not leaving.
So why can't you block the garage?
I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing, though. It is a thing. But trust me, that thing is not going to happen tomorrow, because Heidi and I will be parking in your driveway. So just prepare.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the punch card. We have a little bit of green for St. Patty's Day weekend. What?
Leah, this brings it up, because there's 3 greens in that line, right? On the punch card. So for the St. Patrick's Day party at Craig's, do we need to wear green? Is that have to be a thing?
Yes.
You should have seen the outfit Heidi put on today. Good God. It's like a leprechaun threw up. Okay,
Danielle,
just checking.
take the graphic off the screen. What is happening?
Oh, God. Can we do a live show from Craig's house tomorrow? Just a spur of the moment. Do we have the technology to do it?
How about this?
Yeah.
I will send some.
What do you guys think? I don't know.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
I will send some content in our Discord tomorrow for diehards only, live from Craig's St. Patrick's Day party, so everybody could be there in spirit.
I love it.
Diehards, if you want to see that, become a diehard today. Go phnx.com/diehard. I think that's worth the cost of becoming a diehard alone. Is behind the scenes footage from Craig's St. Patty's party.
Excited.
I really do.
I don't like the sound of that, by the way. Behind the scenes footage. And now we're in Craig's closet.
Okay, I don't know what you think behind the scenes footage means.
You're taking. But, oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. I don't know what's happening in this third segment. It's almost like we're on OGs, if I had to be honest. There were OGs. There may or may not have been OGs at Gerald's wedding last night. There may or may not be OGs at Craig's St. Patty's Day party tomorrow. This has been a big OGs weekend for the PHNX crew. Make sure you grab your OGs, whether you like indica, sativa, happy balance, sleep edition, microdose, whatever it is. They all come in delicious flavors. And there's something for everyone. To learn more about OG's gummies and where you can find them, head on over to ogsbrands.com. Must be 21 or older to enjoy responsibly.
And Justin Timberlake is coming to the Footprint Center in May. Usher in November. But
coming to my party for a second.
The legend of the 80s, Madonna, will be there voguing on the 16th of this month at Footprint Center, which is tonight. Did you know it's tonight, Craig?
Yes, I did, actually.
Okay, so you can, right after the show, go to Game Time, because Game Time, you can get the last-minute tickets for Madonna tonight at Footprint Center. Whatever live event you are looking for sports, concert, theater, it's all on Game Time. Game Time is the place for last-minute ticket deals, including Madonna tonight, Footprint Center. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the country for a reason. Snag the tickets without the stress at Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Madonna.
All right, a few more thoughts before we head out. Craig, I know you wanted to give a shout out to a former Coyote.
Yeah, Trevor Letowski taking over the Canadiens interim basis while Martin St. Louis is out, leave of absence. So you remember, you worked with Trevor Letowski for a while, Petey.
I'm a big fan of Trevor Letowski, and I liked him as a player. He's one of those tweeners. Like, he was like the poor man's Danny Briere. Like, he was a smaller in stature forward that worked incredibly hard in your bottom six of the lineup. I really liked what he brought to this team when he played, and I think he's a really, really good coach. I think he bridged the gap through juniors. He learned how to coach and learned X's and O's, and he's a wonderful person. I hope they do well in Montreal while he's there, and wish him nothing but the best of luck.
How's his French?
I don't know if his French is as good as it probably needs to be for those. But bonjour, I got that down, so maybe I can come help.
Petey has the French nailed.
Yeah. Well, bonjour. That's it. Au revoir. Bonsoir. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh boy. All right. Well, the Coyotes win again. Wiley is really chiming in at the end of the show. Coyotes won again. The kids are all right. JJ Moser, Logan Cooley, Dylan Guenther, Clayton Keller, all getting it done. Clayton Keller achieving a milestone. Karel Vejmelka standing tall. Honestly, all around a good team win for this team. Whether or not you want them to lose, I guess we'll discuss that more down the road. But any final thoughts from either of you two before we wrap this one up?
Yeah, I know Wiley's jumping all over this one, and I froze, so I don't know if you can even hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay, so I'll just continue talking even though I'm frozen on the screen. I think it is important, especially with this many days off before the next game. I think it is important that they get a few wins, and I think this win against a good team. Uh-oh.
Petey, we can still hear you.
Oh my God. I don't know what happened. That was bizarre. Everything just went black in my whole office. But I think it's important to get a win with those many days off. I think you want to have that confidence. I think you want to feel good about your team. I think they're probably going to get tomorrow off or one of these days off. I think it's important that you get a win. So I'm glad that they got a win against a really good team before they get on a long, hard stretch here, starting off with the Dallas Stars.
I got nothing.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm going to go back to work.
Yeah. Obedient. What is it? Obedience.
attentiveness and obedience.
Yes, there you go.
And if you know Tara, she runs a tight ship in that kitchen. Stay the hell out of the way. I will not be anywhere near that kitchen.
That is.
I will wait. It's true, isn't it, Craig? I will follow her rules.
Yes,
I'll follow rules.
It's a good idea.
Oh boy.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, anywho, this has been fun. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here in our chat. Hit the like button before you leave, whether you're watching live or later. If you're listening on audio, please leave us a 5-star review. If you missed the audio pod from yesterday, Craig and Petey talked about rebuilds and other rebuilds around the league, where the Coyotes stand. So make sure you give that a listen wherever you get your podcasts. It's a really great episode, so you don't want to miss that. It's audio only. You can follow us on Twitter at SPetersHockey, at Leah Merrill, at Craig S. Morgan, at Abrica Danielle. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_Coyotes. Make sure you subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, everyone. And we will see you all on Tuesday, I guess. Bye.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
We all silly like the mayor.
Wow, that's a long time off.